Shane Van Gisbergen delivered a masterclass in Mexico City, turning a NASCAR race into a clinic and making history with one of the most dominant road course wins in the next-gen era. Not only did SVG win the inaugural Cup Series race at the new track, but he blew the field away with a jaw-dropping 16.567-second margin of victory. That's not just winning, it's vanishing into the distance. So how does a driver not just beat the field, but embarrass it? In this video, we'll unpack what made this race so special, what the data reveals, and how SVG overcame setbacks to put on one of the most dominant shows we've seen. His win was more than a personal milestone. It was a strategic turning point for his team, his season, and perhaps even for how road course racing is approached in the next-gen era. Let's start with the big picture. This was NASCAR's first ever Cup Series race in Mexico City with the next-gen cars, a brand new challenge for the entire field. Shane Van Gisbergen, the New Zealand-born road course ace with roots in V8 supercars, already had a reputation after his stunning win in Chicago. But in Mexico, he didn't just win, he rewrote what domination looks like. That 16.567-second gap, it shattered the previous largest margin of victory in the next-gen era, which was just over 7 seconds. In a sport where wins are usually measured in tenths, that margin was enormous. When SVG took the checkered flag, second place wasn't even on the same screen. It looked more like a demo run than a race, a surreal display of precision driving that made even seasoned veterans take notice. Let's talk numbers. In the final stint, SVG consistently ran lap times in the low 134s and said he could have dipped into the 133s. He managed his tires so precisely that his pace barely dropped off, even as others faded. His control, precision, and stamina were unmatched. Even more impressive, SVG never lost his composure or rhythm, not even when lapped traffic and potential restarts could have easily broken his momentum. But this win didn't come easy. Early on, car number 54 looked strong, and SVG had to study him closely. When Shane pushed to keep up, his brakes began overheating. He had to back off, cool the car down, and manage his setup. In his words, "The 54 was really good. I tried to stay with him but started overheating the brakes. I had to back it down a few brake markers just to save them. You get close to someone and everything spikes, temps, tires, engine. I knew I had to be patient." That patience paid off in spades. Then came the wild card, a late race restart. That's where races are won or lost. Cold tires, cold brakes, the whole field stacked behind you. Shane had admitted beforehand this was his biggest concern, but when the moment came, he nailed it. He timed his acceleration perfectly, never gave his rivals a sniff, and took off clean. Adapting to the next-gen car was another hurdle. Coming from V8 supercars, where the clutch is used heavily in braking zones, SVG had to throw out old habits. The NASCAR next-gen cars respond completely differently, and according to SVG, sometimes do the exact opposite of what he expects. Still, he adapted quickly and turned that learning curve into a competitive edge. SVG also had to manage his race differently from what he's used to. While V8 supercars require precision, the next-gen car demands brutal efficiency, particularly in the way power is delivered and how the car behaves mid-corner. SVG quickly figured out that he had to use a more aggressive brake and coast technique, something that helped him conserve his equipment while others pushed and overheated their setups. And don't overlook the team. Crew chief Steven Durant and spotter Josh Williams have played a major role in this turnaround. Earlier in the year, the team was struggling with an average running position near the back, but they kept grinding, kept improving, and when they got to Mexico, they were ready. Pit stops were flawless, communication was sharp, and the strategy was dialed in from lap 1. Team owner Justin Marks bet big on SVG, building a team around his road course expertise. That gamble just paid off in a major way. This win wasn't just a statement, it was a playoff ticket. It was also a validation of Trackhouse Racing's approach to scouting global talent and thinking outside the box. SVG's NASCAR journey hasn't been easy. The Xfinity car he drove last year was one thing. The next-gen car is a different beast entirely. In Shane's own words, "I basically had to throw out everything I learned last year. The way this car responds is the opposite of what I'm used to. So I've just been methodical, not pushing too hard, not doing dumb stuff. I've tried to learn it step by step. That patience is paying off." And the timing couldn't be better. The win resets not just the season, but the tone around SVG's potential. He's no longer the overseas wildcard. He's becoming a true contender. His ability to adjust and learn fast is proving to be a competitive weapon. He's not here just to participate. He's here to make noise. To cap it off, SVG celebrated with one of the most legendary burnouts in recent memory. It earned a perfect 10 on the Prime Burnout board, even topping some of the sport's all-time greats. Ever the showman, Shane even booted a rugby ball into the crowd, giving fans an unforgettable finish. It wasn't just a win, it was a celebration of international motorsport culture meeting NASCAR's biggest stage. And here's the kicker. He almost didn't make it to the starting grid. SVG was sick the morning of the race. He skipped pre-race festivities and joked that he was hugging the big white telephone, aka throwing up, but some medicine kicked in and by race time he was locked in. "I felt terrible earlier, but the medicine helped. As the race went on, I actually started to feel stronger. I just focused on the car." This win didn't just flip the script on SVG's season, it revived it. What started as a rocky year has now turned into a playoff run. The team has momentum, confidence, and a clear roadmap for the races ahead. More importantly, they've discovered a formula that works. And while road courses are SVG's bread and butter, don't sleep on the ovals. He and the team have been working hard to close that gap, and their average position has skyrocketed in recent weeks. If the upward trend continues, SVG could be dangerous on any track, not just the twisty ones. His win in Mexico also sends a broader message to the NASCAR community that international talent, when nurtured and given the right tools, can thrive even in a series dominated by American veterans. Shane's background may be different, but his results speak the universal language of speed. So how did Shane van Gisbergen crush the field by 16.567 seconds? It came down to raw skill, strategic execution, perfect tire management, and the ability to stay cool under pressure. While others cracked, SVG controlled the tempo and the outcome. Let us know what you think in the comments. Was this the most dominant road course win of the next-gen era? Can SVG become a true championship threat? And if you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more race recaps, behind-the-scenes features, and insider analysis. Until next time, stay tuned and stay racing.